Happy to be here. Our team is here. Myself, my secretary, past president Manoj Dubal will be joining us. So I remember 2015, Banilkar sir. It was
You should thank PEATA.
yes, so I remember this today, 2015. So we are very happy. Always PEATA is having a knowledge bank, and always we give whatever knowledge we have to our members or anyone else. So anytime, PEATA is always with you for knowledge as a knowledge partner. Thank you once again, Prashant bhai, and NAREDCO also. Niranjan sir, thank you so much. Now coming back, not wasting much of the time, coming back to, I am tall, so I will be going down 3311 and 3320B. First is 3311, construction of PT6 tenements for SRA. Permissible FSI max up to 4 on plots having width 12 meter or more. I think you must be knowing all this. Planning authority is SRA, wherein transit tenements are to be constructed and hand over to SRA free of cost. This is a basic thing which I am sure everyone knows it. This also is a FSI permissible in island city as well as in suburb from 12 meters to 18 meters, 3, 4, 3, 4. City, as we all know, base FSI is 1.33, in suburb is 1. What is to be shared, additional FSI 1.67, 2.7, sharing is in city is 63 to SRA and 37 owner, developer gets it. And in suburb is 50, 50. Permissible FSI is very important here. Permissible FSI is on the plot excluding reservation or amenity, but including proposed DP road or prescribed RL, prescribed under BMC Act. So it is a plot area plus road area. It is not permitted in SDZ, now SDZ has become NDZ, or in green zone, not permissible where FSI is less than 1. Carpet area to be handed over is 300 square feet, so 27.88, and ground floor should be used for commercial tenements of 225 square feet. Now whatever the percentage, 67% or 50% BUA to be handed over to SRA, so how that is to be considered in 3311? It is as per the clause 3.2 of 3310. So what 3310 says? Excluding area under regulation 31, so whatever is free of, 31.1 is free of FSI, what is free size, staircase, lift, lobby, whatever is excluding that, but it is including all other additional areas like Anganwadi, health center, outpost, community hall, gym, etc. So that in that it has to be added. Of course this is free of FSI, but still it is to be added. Anganwadi, health center, outpost, depending on the number of tenements, this is to be provided there, which is also in 3310. Similarly, here also in 11 also it is to be provided. CC is 1:1, PTC 1, you get CC of PTC 1, you get CL FSI 1, which is beyond your zonal basic FSI. Up to zonal you get, there is no restriction. OCC to be granted only after BUA is handed over to SRA. Whatever 14A, 14B plot more than 4,000 or I2R, I2, whatever it is, those AOS has to be provided wherever applicable. Entire PTC component, including base FSI, may be cut. That means in earlier regulation 1991, only additional FSI could have been clubbed. Here, the clubbing, even base FSI can be transferred now. So it's a better, entire FSI can be transferred somewhere and sale FSI can be utilized on this to the plot. So including base FSI, we can transfer, we can club. Corresponding sale component from additional FSI among 2 or more schemes can be interchanged. There can be 1, 2 plots, 3 plots, whatever permutation combination we have. But only thing is that all the owners should come jointly. Earned income of difference of sale value is to be paid. Difference of ready reckoner of the flat from where you are transferring and the ready reckoner flat where you are proposing the sale area. Clubbing schemes are permissible in the same ward, adjoining ward, or within 5 km of distance. Now, this is a provision in 3311 regulation. So if you club two 33, let me make it a little bit clear. If you club two 3311 schemes, so one PTC is transferred from one plot to another, then this will apply. However, if you club 3311 to 3310, so PTC from 3310 from here it is transferred to 3310, and sale from 3310 is transferred to this plot, then it is western to western anywhere, eastern to eastern, and city to city. In case of unconsumed FSI, normally I don't think so anyone will leave the unconsumed FSI, but there is a provision that TDR is permissible. I have taken a common example of 3311 and 3320B, wherein these factors have been there: plot area, setback, along with reservation. Mixed calculation is there. There is a reservation of RNR, assuming that. There is also a rehab portion of society, 7,000 square feet carpet. So 1.2 is a basic principle of built-up area is 8,000 foot. Then these are the assumption of ready reckoner rate, 70,000, 30,000 is construction, and from one plot to another where we are the ready reckoner of the plot under reference is 1,60,000. So this is a basic calculation, plot area, residential and reservation. So central one residential plot is where we are proposing 3311, and reservation area is as per 17.1 of DCPR 2034. So net plot is 6,000. 500 we are adding. Now here in 3311, no FSI, like if there is amenity or any reservation is there, that won't be allowed. Purely on the plot area, you will get either 3 or 4, and accordingly 1 or 1.5 is to be handed over to SRA. Similarly, incentive FSI, let's say 33.7A, 7B, incentive FSIs are there. That FSI is also not permissible here. Only purely it is 4 FSI or 3 FSI and distributed. 1, let us say sum of 1 plus 1 plus 1, so 2 or plus 1, or 1 plus 1.5, that is 2.5 plus 1.5, 4. So this will be, I think NAREDCO will be sharing this PPT. So these all calculations, you may go through it. But important thing, which is 70 number, which I have marked separately, is 9,750 square meters in this example. That much built up area in form of PTC is to be handed over to SRA. Okay. Now coming to next 3320B. Name is affordable housing or rehabilitation and resettlement, RNR, on private plots other than government or BMC or appropriate authority. It's on the private plot. For government, there is a separate provision 3320A, but that we are not developing those plots. That's developed by government separately. So we will be considering 3320B for our development. It's incentive scheme on private plots, FSI excluding area under roads as well as area under reservation. Now the difference at present between 3311 and 20B, almost the provisions are identical, but in 3311 it is FSI on the area including road. Here the sanction provision says area excluding the road. That is one difference, which of course I have made comparison. I will explain you in the later slides. Same as 3311, no change as far as FSI and road width as well as sharing is concerned. Now, BMC has come forward, issued a circular dated 4 July 2022, wherein they have permitted combination in 3320B. That means you can utilize one FSI as our base. You can utilize, depending upon the road width, 2.2, 2.4 or 2.5 FSI. I am talking about suburb. Or in city, 2.4, 2.7 and 3, up to 3 FSI is there in city. So you can utilize that TDR and additional of FSI, and balance portion can be split into 50-50 or 63-75. So that, as per that circular, BMC has permitted for combination of the scheme with 30 as well as 3320B. Note, not mandatory to utilize the entire permissible FSI as per 30A. You can, it is the FSI is up to. That does not mean you have to consume 3 FSI or 4 FSI. It is up to 3. You can consume depending upon restriction, let's say, for example, height restriction, civil aviation. You can utilize 2.5 instead of 3 or 4. This is not mandatory. These are all same thing, not permitted in SDZ or green zone. Carpet area here, earlier in 11 was 300 square feet. Here it is 25 minimum, subject to changes by government from time to time. Ratio of carpet area. Now one thing is, which has been added here is that in 3320B, total built up area divided by 1.2, that will be the carpet area, divided by your 25 or 27, whatever carpet area you give. So that minimum numbers of tenements are to be given. So that is one provision in 20B which is not there in 11. Same features, the permissible 31.1, it is same. CC, here it is 0.5 sale, 1 PT, 1 AH tenement. It was in 3311, 1:1. 100% CC for sale area only after handing over of. These are all procedural part, of course. LOS 15% to 20 as applicable, depending upon the plot area, 14 and 14 wherever applicable, and not permissible where FSI is less than 1. In case of unconsumed TDR, same provision. OCC only after handing over of area, BUA of affordable housing tenements. In case of layout, 25% to be exclusively used for convenient shopping. Here it is, they have specified the percentage of convenient shopping for in case of layouts. Premiums, very important, because everything is now stuck with the premiums, and we all know that premiums are so high. No premiums or fungible area and features free of FSI as per regulation 31 for AH and RNR tenements. Payments of premium applicable to the owner's share, not for AH, RNR tenements. Off-site infrastructure charges to be paid beyond zonal FSI at 7% rate. Now this is, which is very, killing. This is a huge premium it come, where in 3320B. But modification has come, wherein it is, I will go through that also. But right now it says 7% of ASR on the built-up area beyond zonal FSI in suburb 1 and city 1.33. Once again, premium for BMC in combination 30A and 3320B. BMC has come forward for come with a circular date on 4th July 2022, wherein it is in the proportion of what you consume. 3320B. 30A will be separate and 30 in proportion with whatever the areas. So that formula is there in that circular. It can be proposed on single plot, while once again clubbing, same thing is there in clubbing also. Multiple plots similar to 3311. Clubbing only, now here there is a specific provision, which is not there in 3311. It is allowed only if it is in independent plot, building or wing. So you can't have one flat in wing A, another flat in wing B. So that restriction is there here. As per the sanction provision, of course, I will come with a proposed modification which has been already issued by the state government of Maharashtra. Clubbing allowed for 3320 scheme in same ward, adjoining ward, or within 5 kilometer distance, same provision. But now 3320B at present, clubbing will be permitted only between two schemes, 3320B and 3320B at present, as per the sanction regulation. You can't have 3320B clubbing with 30 or 33.9 or whatever other schemes. You can't do that at present. So that restriction is there, sanction provision. Which, as I said in 3311, if it is 3310, then it can be clubbed. Honored income 40%, same. Premium to be paid in stages. Now one more provision is there, that in case of clubbing, if you don't want to pay 40% honored income, then the difference, the developer can surrender equivalent sale FSI as constructed BUA to to extent of premium to be valued at ASR of the rate of sale. So whatever is the area which has to built up area to be handed over, multiply by the ASR of that plot of flat, not land rate, which is ASR of the flat for which we are stamp duty of a flat which we are valuing. So that divided by the area which we want to give. So that much area. Suppose your 40% or this, your 40% is more and this is less. You can opt for this. If this is more, 40% is less. That will depend upon the ready reckoner rates. But definitely 40% will be, in major case 40% will be less. Now, as I said, modification. BMC had initiated modification under section 37(1) of MRTP Act, and that modification was published on 14th May. Of course, we as a PEATA were pushing very hard so that parity is there between 3311 and 3320B. Principally, both the schemes, if you see, are same, but there were many differences, as I said, of FSI, with road, without road. So BMC, on our representation, has issued a notice under section 37(1), published a notice and dated 14th March. So what are the sanction and the proposed mode? As I said, excluding road, including road. So once this is sanctioned, it will be in parity with 3311. Carpet area 25, carpet area 300 square feet, 27.88, same as 3311. This provision, a new clause is added. This provision will also apply for plots to be developed as per 30A. So now 30A also can be clubbed here. Premium, same proportionate. So that has now come here. As per the circular, it has come in the proposed modification. For plots, it was 25% of the zonal FSI. Now it says for plot more than 4,000. So less than 4,000, not necessary. More than 4,000, 25% of pro rata zonal FSI to be utilized for shopping, convenience shop. CC to be released, it was 0.5, 1:1, on par with 3311, 1:1. 7% infrastructure charges, which I said will be a huge amount, that is proposed to be deleted. So infrastructure charges will be deleted. Because in 3311 it is not there, so bringing it in parity. Clubbing is permitted within schemes under 20B with 20B. Clubbing to be allowed in any schemes. Regarding unearned income, the same provision is there, but one more provision is added here. Provided BUA. Provided BUA of AH RNR component can be provided in any scheme. That is a new provision. Within same ward, adjoining ward, or within 5 km distance. Same formula as we are TDR formula. It is similar formula, but here the ready reckoner rates are of the not of the land, but of the flat residential. Ready reckoner rates are for the residence A and B. Formula is same. But the condition is that minimum 10 tenements. So you can club only if you are able to give 10 tenements. And you can give in the constructed building also, existing building having occupation. But the age is 7 years. So it's not necessary that it should be new building. Constructed building also, it can be. This is proposed modification. Once again, same datas, calculations. Here I have made two options in 3320B. One is purely 3320B, not proposing any utilization of TDR, 0.5 FSI, nothing, purely. But I have taken advantage of, if you see 7 number and 8 number serial number, I have taken advantage. Just concentrate on the residential plot, which is 3320B. The last column is 17(1) of the reservation, but right now we are talking about 3320B. So 7 and 8 is road area is 2 times, because present it is not including road area FSI. So 2 times, considering this is in suburb, and If you see reservation RNR, there is serial number 2B. 375 is an amenity because 14A is applicable, as I said. So that 750 I can add here, which I can't add in 3311. And incentive for society, as I said, 7,000 carpet, 8,400 and 15% of, as per 33.7b, incentive is 1260, that is 11 number, row number 11, 12600 is added. So what happens? FSI is on the net 6,000 into 4 maximum. Here what is happening, 50% of, so difference is now coming, 4 minus 24 is 14,900, 16 number serial number. So 50% of that is 7495. It was 9,711, which was reduced to 7495 here. Rest everything is the detailed calculation. I wanted to bring to your notice 17 number serial number that it gets reduced in 3320B. Difference, what is the difference? Now another option in 3320B, as I said, as per the circular, BMC says even 30A, as per 30A you utilize your FSI and balance can be 3320B. So here same 1000 is added, 750 is added, 1260 is added. TDR is claimed, 0.5 slum TDR, reservation TDR, everything is claimed. And if you see 17 number serial number is that it gets reduced to 4,300 PTC, we say PTC or affordable housing tenements. So here it gets reduced to 4,300. Rest all the calculations. So in two schemes, 33.7 and 33, option 1 and option 2 of 3320B, the difference is the same area in 33, first option is 15,000, second is 19,000 because the component of age gets reduced. Comparison. Planning authority is SRA, BMC, road minimum 12 meters same, FSI 324 same, FSI including road. Presently, this column 3320A, 3320B, 33A without TDR, and another column is with TDR and additional FSI. And the last column is proposed modification. So this is all in a one glance you can see what are the difference between the schemes. So serial number 4, FSI in 3311 is including, excluding, but in proposed modification is including. Premium 10% in SRA. If you are not, if it is purely 3320B, same 10%. If it is 30A as well as or any other clubbing with any other scheme, 33.7B or whatever, then it will be proportionate. Here also same in proposed modification as per the circular. Carpet area 27.88, 25, and there the carpet area is 27.88. Or as decided by the government, but one clause is added. However, municipal commissioner may allow more carpet area considering the specific requirement there. If on that plot, if commissioner feels that I want 50 square meter, then he may allow it as a special permission. So that provision is there in proposed modification. Provision of Anganwadi Health Center in 3311, not in 20B, any of the 20B. Additional FSI TDR not permissible. Additional FSI TDR first option not claimed. 20B mein second option it is claimed. In proposed modification also it is permitted. Incentive 33.7A, whatever incentive is not permitted. In the rest of 20B it is permitted. Hence PTC component increases, in other PTC components gets reduced. Combination of scheme not permissible. Here the combination of schemes permissible, we can combine with any of the scheme. You can have 33.7 with 33.20B, you can have 33.7A, 7B, all combinations are permitted. CC of sale to rehab 1:1, sanction provision is 0.5:1, but in proposed modification 1:1. BUA to be handed over, which is, as I said earlier, in 3311, Anganwadi and all that is added. Here, not added. 3320B, in proposed modification, no change. number of PTC to be handed over is equal to built up area. Their minimum tenements, as I said earlier, divided by 1.2 divided by the area of the AH tenements. So that minimum number. So you have to ensure that minimum built up area as well as minimum tenant. So it may occur that built up area may be slightly more. Clubbing 3311 to 3311, same ward, adjoining or 5 km. However, as I said earlier, 3310 and 3311, then eastern to eastern, western to western, and city to city. Clubbing is within 5 kilometers, adjoining or same ward, or adjoining or same ward. Unearned income 40%, same, unearned income 40% or equivalent sale value. New clause added, as I said earlier, provided that BO to be handed over in proportion to the ready reckoner rate of receipt and the original plot, which I have explained earlier. This is in a nutshell what is difference between 11 and 20B. No infrastructure charges, 7% proposed to be deleted in proposed modification. As per typical calculation, in 3311 total sale area is 21,937 because it is including roads, 6,500 into 4. But PTC 9750, here it is 22,000 and 7495, and if you consume TDR, it goes to 26,595 because the components gets reduced, and 4,300 is the PTC tenement, AH tenements. This is sample, same thing for 3320. Now I have considered the same calculations which I had given earlier. So data are same. Comparison of permissible FSI, PTC, sale value. This is the comparison. If you see first row, 31,000 is, you will find it in the calculation, these figures. 31,687 is the total built up area. In 3320B, first option 29,700, in second option 30,000. Total sale BUA is 10,000, almost 600. It is 10,941 and it increases to 1525. Why? Because PTC or AH tenements area is getting reduced in all these three. Sale carpet area 1,02,000, 1,06,000 and 1,47,000. Of course, I am considering 90% as a RERA carpet, assuming that. Total premium, which I have done a typical calculation here, total premium, including PTC, cost of PTC and unearned income, 34.4. Here, this if you see, premium cost without clubbing, so there is no clubbing. So, total cost is 34.4. There is an error, for 40% income will not come here, or cost of PTC will not come. 34.4, 41.3 and 81. So cost per square feet of the sale area comes to 3350, 3900, 5500. So if we say without clubbing and the tenements are constructed within the plot, this is a sample, but of course, it all depends on the ready reckoner rates. All depends on the ready reckoner rates from place to place. This can't be considered as a standard. We have to work out various schemes. Next is premium with clubbing. So I am transferring from A plot to B plot. Total built up area 35,100, 32,400, 32,400. Total sale 23,760. Why? Because sale has increased because I am transferring the tenements. 21,000, 21,000 both same. BUA, PTC or AH to be handed over 9,700, it is the same because the examples, the data are same. 74954300. Cost of PTC I consider assuming 1,65,000 per square meter, assuming that, round about that plus minus, I think it is available in the market, depending upon the locations and all that. But assumption is 1,65,000, so it comes to 160 crores, 123 crores and 71 crores. Sale carpet area 230, 204 and 204. Total premiums including cost of PTC and 40% on income comes to 232, 193 and 168. Basic difference is, if you see, cost of acquisition area where the ready reckoner rates are very high. In the earlier option, I was considered 1,60,000 ready rector rate of the flats. So this same, everything is same, only cost, premium cost will differ and cost per square feet will differ. So that also we have to calculate what are the rates of ready rector. As I said, ready rector rate will be very, very crucial in determining which scheme we have to go. Thank you so much. Thank you.